I wanted to spend a few minutes to tell you about a G.I. Joe vehicle that I recently found at a store. The store was like a Goodwill or Salvation Army store in America. I think in England they call them charity shops. People donate items to the store to sell, and I don't know where the money goes. About 40% of what was in this store was clothes. About 40% were decorations and household stuff. About 10% were books, and the remaining 10% was everything else. The amount of toys they had were small, and most of them could fit in a cardboard box. On the floor was a type of Playskool Little Tykes Airport playset with a runway. After I went through the rest of the store and came back to the toys to look at something else for a second time, I glanced down and saw a mustard yellowed colored vehicle sitting on this toy runway playset. It was clearly meant for action figures and was not a Little Tykes type toy. I don't know if they meant for it to go with the runway playset or if it was just ended up there. Either way, I grabbed it. It looked like it had G.I. Joe type stickers on it, but I couldn't find any actual sticker with the G.I. Joe logo itself on it. And I couldn't see any markings on the bottom that said Hasbro. I wasn't sure what this was. It did not have a price tag, but most of the little toys did not have price tags on them anyway. The man rung it up as 25 cents. But the whole store had a 25% off sale store-wide, and that sale just started that day. So this knocked 6 cents off the vehicle, making it only 19 cents. By the time we stopped at a gas station on the way home, I thought I had figured out in my head where I saw it from. I thought it was the tow vehicle from the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier, the USS Flagg. I used someone's cell phone and Googled it. It told me the Flagg was from 1985. I went to yojo.com, and under the 1985 vehicles I clicked on the aircraft carrier. I clicked on the picture of the tow vehicle, and sure enough, there it was. That's what I had bought, for 19 cents. The tow vehicle for the USS Flagg. When I got home, another trip to eBay then told me that these were selling for $25 on up, and those were missing all the parts like mine was. It was missing the seat, the tow hook, and the engine cover. But all the stickers were on it, and the wheels were there, and nothing was broken on it. eBay says the engine cover alone is selling for $30 on up. That's also why I could not find any G.I. Joe stickers on it, because the G.I. Joe sticker was apparently on the missing engine cover. Searching through eBay's sold listings, eBay says the loose seat is selling for $25 on up, while I found a tow vehicle with a seat sell for $35. The tow hook is selling for $50 on up, although I did find a very yellow tow vehicle with a tow hook that sold for as low as $25. I also discovered that one or more people were selling 3D printed replacement seats, engine covers, and tow hooks for this thing, but I could not find any actual models anywhere on the internet that I could download and 3D print myself, so I guess mine will have to remain incomplete. Many years ago, around 1991 or 1992, I bought Admiral Keel-Haul as a mail-away figure from a G.I. Joe catalog. He was also available in a mail-away driver figure set a few years earlier in 1989, but that mail-away set included 2 figures I did not have, so I got mine as a single figure from the 91-92 mail-away offer. I also got the blue jacket version when he came out carded in 1993, in which Hasbro reused the molds. I'm not 100% sure about this because I remembered getting the blue jacket version first before the original version, but the original version mail-away offer expired late December 1992, but the blue version appears to have come out in 1993. So either my memory is wrong or somehow I got the 93 carded figure before the 1992 mail-away offer expired. So now I have the incomplete tow vehicle for the 1985 Hasbro G.I. Joe aircraft carrier, the USS Flagg playset. I was not expecting to ever have anything from this playset, let alone the playset itself, as they sell for like $1,000 today. Yet now suddenly I have the tow vehicle from it that eBay says are selling for $25 incomplete like mine is, and I got mine for 19 cents. About 1 week before I found this, I was reading a bunch of Star Wars jokes online, and I came across this Batman joke. It's a panel from an old Batman comic where Batman is slapping Robin for some reason. A lot of people like to take this panel and add their own dialogue to it. It was in with the Star Wars jokes because of the dialogue someone added, referring to old Kenner Star Wars vehicles. Robin says, "The vintage ship is only $20. What a bargain." Batman then slaps him and responds, "And $350 to make it complete again." This USS Flagg tow vehicle is only 19 cents. What a bargain. And according to eBay sold listings, it will cost me $50 to $100 to make it complete again. I don't think I'll be doing that. So, I have a tow vehicle that has no tow hook. It's a vehicle that has no driver's seat, so it can't be driven as a vehicle. And while it's G.I. Joe, the G.I. Joe sticker was on the now missing engine cover. By the way, I didn't even mention the fuel trailer that the tow vehicle is supposed to be towing. I don't have it either. Nevertheless, I think my 1985 Hasbro G.I. Joe aircraft carrier USS Flagg is coming along quite nicely now. At this rate, in about 30 to 40 years, I might get an anchor.